welcome back to AM Morning. This is a beautiful spot, the P&N Sailing Club this morning, talking about Boating Safety Week. And so what are we going to do now?
Well, in our last demonstration, both these guys had PFDs on in the water, which is the ideal situation. You should always be wearing them. But in the event that someone was in the water, they needed to be rescued, they don't have any flotation on them, first thing you want to do is throw them anything out of the boat that floats to try and get to them. So what we'll do now is we're going to see what kind of arm you have on your Angie, and we'll throw this Mustang rescue stick out to Greg, and it will auto-inflate when it hits the water after a couple seconds. This is what it'll look like.
Turns into something like this. Okay, I will try not to hit you. Okay, I can't have this on me. Okay, ready? Here comes the Mustang rescue stick. Ready? 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Check that out. So like you said, not a PFD, but this just gives you something to latch on to.
Gives you some flotation. Yep. So especially if someone was to fall overboard while the boat is still underway, you'd want to grab anything that's close by and throw it out there that floats. So the other example is a traditional PFD, and I'm going to throw this out to Mike. And what we want to demonstrate here, and again, you should practice this in the summer on a warm July day, is how to put your PFD on when you're already in the water. We all know how to put them on when you're in the boat, but it's a lot more difficult than what you may think when you're in the water. So Mike's going to sort of do a step-by-step process here to show us how to put this on when you're in the water. So first thing you want to do is basically have the inside of the PFD facing up, which is what Mike's doing right now. You want to open it up so that the arms are out and you have the neck area facing you. Next thing, Mike's going to put his arms through the holes, and then he's going to flip the PFD right over the top of his head, and then put it on that way. So a lot of people would probably try and put one arm in through the hole first and then the other arm like you would do on shore, but in the water that can be pretty difficult to do when you're trying to keep your head above the water. So.
Well, it's recommended that you do be wearing it when you're on the boat, but if for some reason you don't have it on, then that would be the method to get it on safely and as quickly as possible once you're in the water. So, we've been talking about this being the long weekend, and this is kind of when people get their summer fever and they want to get those boats out and those cottages open for the first time. But there are a lot of things, that people still have to keep in mind, and some other key messages, which is do not drink and boat.
Absolutely. Leave the beer on the pier or on the dock, like they say. Don't booze and cruise. And I guess in closing, some of the key messages, make sure you're well prepared, have the safety equipment, make sure that everyone's got a PFD on board that fits them. They should be wearing them as well too. And this year you need to have your Pleasure Craft operator card as well too. And so go online to BOATERexam. All the study materials free. Learn some more boating safety information and get certified and have a great summer.
Don't wait till the end. Don't wait till the deadline. It's September 15th, and that's going to come fast before you know it. And September's still beautiful. You're still going to want to be out on the water, and you don't want to be not licensed anymore.
Exactly, and there is a lot of operators that do need the card right now as well too. So if you're operating a personal watercraft like a Sea-Doo, you have to have the card now.
Right.
If you're operating any boat less than 13.1 feet in length, so the small boats, if it's powered, you need the card right away. And anyone born after April 1st, 1983, they have to have the card if they're operating anything either. So depending on your age or the length of the boat, you may need this card already. Regardless, everyone has to have it by this fall.
Practice your safety plan. Nice hot summer day this summer, and make sure everyone's on board with it and knows exactly what to do in the event if anything should happen. But just have fun out there and be safe. There's nothing better than boating, but just make sure you're doing the right thing.
Well, exactly.
And, no problems.
And again, the common sense. Hey, listen, earlier you were in the camouflage suit.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see you?
Yeah.
You probably can't see my head right now. I have a camouflage bike helmet on.
You're just shoulders.
All shoulders.
All shoulders.
All right, thanks, Edge.
All right.